Hello students, this is our next session, and in this session I am going to start chapter 13, that is nuclei. Even this chapter is also very important for your theoretical examination and even for the competitive examination also, because you are going to have some 8 marks, 7 to 8 marks of weightage on this chapter in your theory examination, and you can also expect some few questions from the chapter nuclei in your competitive examination also. So by keeping all these aspects in our mind, we shall start our chapter, that is nuclei, in the today's session. So if you recall the concept of Rutherford's atomic model, Rutherford said that atom has small positively charged nucleus at the center, and most mass of the atom and all the positive charge of the atom is situated in the atom, and it is located at the center part of an atom, and that is nothing but nucleus. So what is a nucleus? A nucleus is nothing but the what? A massive part and most positive part of an atom, and which is situated at the small portion of an atom. It is situated at the small portion of an atom, and that is nothing but nucleus. And even he said about the what? Presence of nucleus or the volume occupied by the nucleus is very, very small, and most of the atom is occupied by an empty space, and only small location of the atom is placed with the what? This nucleus. Now comes the question, what is this nucleus is made of? So this nucleus is composed with the what? Protons as well as neutrons. So this is our actual topic, that is from composition of nucleus our topic will begins. But anyhow, with the composition of nucleus, what we are going to study further about this nucleus. So in a brief, I will tell what are the topics we are going to study in this chapter. So firstly, we are going to study composition of nucleus. Firstly, we are going to study composition of nucleus. It means nucleus is made of what things? So with which it is made of? So what are the constituent particles of that nucleus? We are going to study. And next we are going to study about the size or dimension of the nucleus. After studying the size of the nucleus, we are going to study about mass of the nucleus. Next we are going to study about density of the nucleus. After studying this, we are going to study the concept of mass defect and concept of binding energy and concept of specific binding energy. And even we are going to study about the binding energy curve or binding energy graph in this chapter. And apart from these many topics, we are going to study about the what? Concept of radioactive decay. And even we are going to have mathematical expression for the what? The decay constant, or we are going to derive the what? A mathematical expressions for the radioactive decays, and even for half-life of a sample, radioactive sample, and even we are going to calculate a mean life of a radioactive sample, and even we are going to study about the what? Different types of radioactive decays, and even we are going to study about nuclear force and what are the properties of the nuclear force, and even at last we are going to study concept of nuclear fusion and nuclear fission along with the examples. So today we shall start this chapter with the what heading, that is composition of nucleus. So what is this nucleus is made of? So nucleus is basically made of two things. One is proton and another one is neutron. So this proton and neutron are nothing but the what? The composition of the nucleus. So generally, what are the composition of nucleus means? The nucleus is composed with protons and neutrons. So nucleus, it is a small part of an atom which is located at the center of an atom, and this nucleus is made of or composed of protons as well as neutrons. So what are protons? Protons are the positively charged particles which are present inside the nucleus. And what is this proton has got a charge? Generally, the charge of this proton is equal to the magnitude of the charge of electron. So it means the charge of proton is plus 1.66 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. So charge of the proton is equal to the magnitude of the charge of the electron. And even what is the charge of this neutron? Generally, neutrons are nothing but the what? Neutral particles. They are uncharged particles which are present along with the proton inside the nucleus. And these particles has got mass exactly same as that of the what? Protons. Almost exactly in the sense what? They are relatively, the mass of the proton and mass of the neutrons are same, but the charge of the proton is equal to the magnitude of the charge of the electron, whereas the charge of the neutron is 0. The charge of neutrons will be 0. The charge of neutron will be 0. So please remember these basic concepts, because here the proton, charge of neutron, charge of proton, mass of proton, all are important while discussing this chapter, nuclei. So generally, protons are positively charged. Protons are positively charged. So positively charged. So composition of nucleus, it is composed with protons and neutrons. Protons are positively charged particles. And the charge of the particle, charge of the proton is plus 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, which is equal to the magnitude of the charge of electron. And next, this proton has got a mass. The mass of the proton is same as mass of the neutron. Mass of the neutron. So what is neutron? Neutron is also one of the composite part of an nucleus, and which is a chargeless. It means it is a uncharged particle. So that we call as neutron, and generally charge of the neutron will be 0, but mass of the neutron is same as that of the proton. Next, the total number of protons in the nucleus. The total number of protons in the nucleus will decide about the atomic number. The total number of protons present in the nucleus will decide its atomic number. The total number of protons inside the nucleus. Total number of protons inside the nucleus is called its atomic number. Might be it is known to you, and once again it is nothing but a refresh. Atomic number, and it is represented with the letter Z. So nucleus is composed with protons and neutron. Proton is nothing but the positively charged particle, whereas neutron is a zero charge particle. The charge of the proton is equal to the charge of the magnitude of electron, whereas charge of neutron will be 0, which is an uncharged particle. And remember, what is the total number of protons present in the nucleus will decide. Remember, the total number of protons in the nucleus will give its atomic number. So, total number of protons inside the nucleus is called its atomic number, and it is represented with the letter Z. Next, the total number of protons plus total number of protons and the neutrons, the total number of protons and neutrons inside the nucleus inside the nucleus gives its mass number, that is A. It is represented with the symbol A. See, total number of protons present in the nucleus is called atomic number, that is represented with the letter Z, and the total number of protons plus neutrons is nothing but atomic mass, or that is a mass number represented with the letter A. And remember, the total number of protons and neutrons, it is collectively called as nucleons. So, nucleons is also another one term to represent about the what? The total number of protons and neutrons inside the nucleus, and this we also call as nucleon, atomic mass number or else nucleon number. So, what is nucleons? The total number of protons as well as neutron, the sum of protons and neutrons we collectively call as nucleons, and that is atomic mass number A. Generally, the nucleus of an element, suppose if you take nucleus of an element, of any element, say hydrogen, or that is oxygen, or else carbon, or else uranium, or else radium. So, generally the nucleus of an atom is represented along with the atomic number as well as mass number, and the representation is ZXA, where Z represents atomic number, where A represents mass number, and this X is nothing but element, nucleus of that particular element. So, it represents the element. So, X is nothing but the element, and the nucleus of that element is represented along with ZXA. So, even we can also represent this as like this also. So, like this also we are going to represent. So, here atomic mass, this is a nothing but the what? Atomic number, where X is nothing but element. So, for example, one of the isotope of hydrogen atom, that is proton, 1H1. What is this 1? Lower side indicates, that indicates this is Z. What is Z? Atomic number. And what is this 1 indicates here? This 1 indicates here A, and that A is nothing but the mass number. So, this is the one example. So, this is about the composition of the nucleus. So, next, after the composition of nucleus, we have to study about some definitions or some basic terms connected with the what? Nuclei. So, what is those basic terms? Generally, if you take some nucleus of different elements, they appear to be composed with same number of protons and same number of neutrons. What we call such nuclei as? And if you take some two nuclei of same element, if you take nuclei of same element, their atomic numbers will be same, but they are differ by mass number. So, what we call such elements as, and what we call such nuclei as? So, like this, connecting with these topics, we have a one basic, that is definitions, and we shall see what are those basic definition. So, that is definition of first is isotopes. What are isotopes? Isotopes are nothing but the what? The nucleus Isotopes are nothing but the what? Nucleus having same atomic number, same atomic number. Isotopes are nothing but the what? Nucleus having same atomic number but a different mass number. Mass number are called isotopes. Such nucleus are called isotopes. What are isotopes? I told you, suppose if you take a nucleus of some elements, generally their atomic number is same, but they are differ by mass number. Or else, if you take a nucleus of some two different elements, their atomic number is different, but their mass number is same. What we call such nucleus as? Generally, such nucleus are labeled with some terms, and those terms are nothing but what? Isotopes, isobars, isotones, like that. So among that one, first I would like to discuss isotope. What is this isotopes? Isotopes are nothing but the what? The nucleus of the elements having the same, that is a what? Atomic number but a different mass number are called as isotopes. For example, hydrogen, isotopes of hydrogen. So what are the isotopes of hydrogen? You might be remembered, I think, from chemistry. So what are the isotopes of hydrogen? That is 1H1, 1H2, 1H3. Once if you look at the nucleus of this hydrogen, which is of same nucleus but composed with the what? The having atomic number 1, 1, but mass number is 1, 2 and 3. So this is nothing but the what? Isotope having same atomic number but different in mass number. Not necessarily this one. If you take uranium 92 235, as well as a uranium that is a 92 238. See here, the atomic number of uranium is same but mass number is differ. Why this mass number will be differ? That differs either due to the what? The difference in the presence of neutron number or else due to the proton number. So this type of nucleus is called isotope. So this type of nucleus is called isotope. So this type of nucleus is called hydrogen isotope 1H1 protium, or that is protium, or that is a proton. Its nucleus is simply referred as what? Proton. And generally 1H2 deuterium, deuteron, and 1H3 tritium, its nucleus is called as triton. So like that, proton 1H1, atomic number is 1, mass number is 1, which is the smallest nucleus in the nature, that is hydrogen. Next, after isotopes, next we have isomers. Not isomers. Actually, we have only definition of isotope as per the syllabus: isotopes, isobars, isotones. Next, we are going to discuss about isobars. What are isobars? Nucleus having same mass number. Having same mass number. What is mass number? Total number of protons plus neutrons in the nucleus. Nucleus having same mass number but a different atomic number. Different atomic number are called isobars. For example, if you take hydrogen, that is tritium 1H3, and helium, that is 2 helium 3. See here, hydrogen, helium, nucleus are different. Nucleus are different, but mass number is same. Hydrogen also has got mass number 3. Here helium also has got mass number 3. So this is a one example for isobar. Nucleus having same atomic number, same mass number, but a different atomic number are called as isobars. Is it clear? So it is nothing but the what? The isobar. Next, we have definition of isotones. We have definition of isotones. What are isotones? Isotones. Nucleus of some element we call as isotones. See, isotones are nothing but the what? The nuclei having nucleus having same number of neutrons or equal number of neutrons, nuclei having equal number of neutrons, but a different atomic number, different atomic number are called isotones, are called as isotones. What are isotones? Nuclei having same neutron number or equal neutron number, but a different atomic number are called as what? Isotones. Example, so 1 H3 and 2 helium-4. See here, atomic number of hydrogen is 1, helium is 2. It is mass number is 3. It is one of the isotope of hydrogen atom, that is tritium, and here it is 4. But if you look at their number of protons and number of neutrons, generally here it is associated with 1 plus 2, 1 proton 2 neutron. Here helium associated with 2 protons and 2 neutrons. So therefore here neutron number is same. So hence such a type of nuclei are called as isotones. Such type of nuclei is called as what? Isotone type of nuclei. What is isotone type of nuclei? The nuclei having same number or equal number of neutrons. So if you take different nucleus, that is hydrogen as well as helium, they composed of same number, equal number. Here also 2 neutrons, here also 2 neutrons. So such type of nuclei we call as what? Isotones. So after this isotones, the next topic we have, that is size of the nucleus. Next topic we have, what is the size of nucleus? So we know that nucleus is, atom itself is very small. In that nucleus is nothing but the what? One of the constituent part of an atom. It is very, very small. But though also the experiments have made in order to rectify or in order to see the size of this nucleus, and from the experiment they found the size of the nucleus or dimension of the nucleus is proportional to the atomic mass number A. So next our concept is size of the nucleus. Size of nucleus. So from experiments, generally the experiments have done in order to observe the size of the nucleus or in order to measure the size of the nucleus, and the size of the nucleus, the volume of the nucleus is found to be, generally volume of the nucleus is found to be proportional to mass number, that is A. or else it is proportional to the nucleons. It is proportional to the nucleons, that is proton plus neutrons. So size of the nucleus depends on the nucleons, that is presence of protons and neutrons inside the nucleus, or else it depends upon atomic mass, that is A. Generally, after they studying the experiment, they found that the nucleus is in a spherical shape. Nucleus is in spherical shape. And if it is in a spherical shape, then definitely it has to possess some radius. Say, if R is the capital R is the radius of the nucleus, then the volume of the nucleus is found to be 4 by 3 pi r cube. Is it right? What is the volume of the nucleus is found to be? Volume of the nucleus is found to be volume of a sphere, because nucleus of an atom is assumed to be a sphere and it is in a spherical shape. For a spherical shape, what is the volume? 4 by 3 pi r cube for spheres. So therefore, V is proportional to the volume of the nucleus is proportional to mass number, we said. So therefore, this 4 by 3 pi r cube is proportional to A. Yes or no? 4 by 3 pi r cube is proportional to what? A. So it implies R is proportional to A to the power of 1 by 3. R is proportional to A to the power of 1 by 3. This implies R is equal to R naught into A to the power of 1 by 3. So what is this R naught? R naught is nothing but the what? Proportionality constant between the radius of the nucleus and its mass number A. That is, R is equal to R naught into A to the power of 1 by 3. So next, where R naught is nothing but proportionality constant, where R naught is a proportionality constant and whose value is nearly found to be, in one book it is given 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 27 meter, 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 15 meter, or else we call this as 1.2 Fermi. Don't forget about Fermi. So you know that 10 raised to minus 15, it is the size of the nucleus, and size of the nucleus is nearly 10 raised to minus 15, I told you, and the 10 raised to minus 15 is nothing but the what? 1 Fermi. 1 Fermi is equal to 10 raised to minus 15. Here, this proportionality constant between the radius of the nucleus and its atomic mass number is found to be R naught, and from experiment this R naught value is found to be 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 15 meter or 1.2 Fermi. In one book they have given 1.2, in some book they have also mentioned about 1.3. Okay, 1.3 into 10 raised to minus 15 meter. So you can take any one value, either 1.2 or else that is 1.3. That is the proportionality constant between the R as well as this mass number A. So if I take A is equal to 1, generally A is equal to 1, it means mass number is equal to 1. For which element mass number is 1? Very simple, this A is equal to 1 is possible for 1H1, that is proton, for hydrogen atom, one of the isotope of hydrogen atom, that is 1H1 proton. In this proton, we can able to find the what? The mass number A is equal to 1. If A is equal to 1, what happens if A is equal to 1? 1 to the power of 1 by 3 or cube root of 1, 1 only. Therefore, R is equal to, so I can call this as 1. So if A is equal to 1 for 1H1, that is for proton, then equation 1 becomes R is equal to R naught, isn't it? Yes or no? Is it correct or not? R is equal to R naught. It means R is equal to R naught. Just now only I told the value of R naught is 1.22 into 10 raised to minus 15 meter. So this is the radius of the nucleus of which one? Proton of hydrogen atom. So for a hydrogen, that is for a proton of hydrogen, so what is the radius of its nucleus? So radius of the nucleus is found to be 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 15 meter. And we call this as 1.2 Fermi. We call this as what? 1.2 Fermi. So 10 raised to minus 15 meter ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು 1 Fermi ಅಂತ ಓದಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ 1.2 ಇಂಟು 10 raised to minus 15 ಮೀಟರ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? 1.2 Fermi ಅಂತ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫಾರ್ 1.2 Fermi. So here what is the concept we are discussing? Size of the nucleus. Remember, size of the nucleus or volume of the nucleus is proportional to its mass number. So therefore volume of the nucleus is what? Generally nucleus is assumed to be a sphere, therefore 4 by 3 pi r cube. What is r? Nucleus radius of the nucleus. So what is r? Radius of the nucleus, where r is nothing but radius of the nucleus. And since volume of the nucleus is proportional to A, therefore 4 by 3 pi r cube is proportional to A. So 4 by 3 pi, they are nothing but the some constant values. So therefore r is proportional to A power 1 by 3. So this proportionality becomes what? R is equal to r naught A to the power of 1 by 3. It means r is proportional to A to the power of 1 by 3 by some constant factor, that is r naught. And this r naught from the experiment is found to be what? 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 15 meter. And this r naught is nothing but the what? Proportionality constant. And this proportionality constant is nothing but the what? The value of radius of the nucleus of a proton. Nucleus of a proton, that is nothing but the what? The smallest nucleus. And the smallest nucleus of this nature. So which is the smallest nucleus of this nature? Means a proton nucleus or hydrogen nucleus. This hydrogen nucleus corresponding to the what? This value, that is 1.2 Fermi. So therefore r is equal to, so at that condition for proton atomic mass number is 1, therefore 1H1. So hence r is equal to r naught. This equation will becomes what? R is equal to r naught. Therefore radius of the proton nucleus of hydrogen atom becomes 1.2. Remember, this is the smallest radius of the element in this nature. And which is the biggest nucleus in the nature? Generally uranium nucleus, that is uranium 92-238. So this nucleus is referred as one of the biggest nucleus in nature. So biggest nucleus, so that is uranium 238, uranium 92-238, because the radius of this nucleus is about 8 Fermi. The radius of this nucleus is about 8 Fermi. It means 8 into 10 raised to minus 15 meter. So like this is the concept of nuclei, composition of nucleus, and what we call total number of protons in the nucleus, and what we call the total number of protons and neutrons collectively as nucleons, that is mass number. And next, what is the concept of definitions for isotopes, isotones and isobars, and next the concept of size of nucleus. And then we got to know about the size of the nucleus by having this mathematical steps, by following these mathematical steps based on the experiments made by the some physicist while studying the structure and size of this nucleus. Is it clear? So very simple. In the today's class I discussed about what is nucleus, what is nucleus made of, and what we call the protons present in the nucleus as atomic number, what we call total number of protons and neutrons in an atom as atomic mass number, and even I studied about the concept of isotopes, isobars and isotones, and even the size of the nucleus. I hope that you all are understood this. If you are not understood this one, once again you have to go through the multiple times of viewing this video. By that you can able to get the concept clearly. Okay, so with this I conclude today's class. In our next class I am going to continue the concept of nuclear mass and nuclear density. Today we observed what is the size of the nucleus. In case of hydrogen atom, size of nucleus is 1.2 or 1.3 Fermi. In case of uranium, which is the biggest nucleus in the universe, that is uranium nucleus, which is about 8 Fermi. So next, in our next session we shall discuss about the the nuclear mass, nuclear density, and next concept of binding energy, mass defect, binding energy, and specific binding energy, like that. Okay, so with this I conclude my today's class. Thank you.